We're going to record. And if you want to just indicate that you are accepting of the recording, I just want to take this moment to welcome you to Froggy Friday. Come on, come on. Reverend Gwen and I, spiritual leaders here at the Center for Spiritual Living Kenya, we welcome you, we embrace you, we celebrate you. We have a beautiful day planned with you. Day, evening, we have the Reverend Melody in the house, and she's going to be talking about spirituality at work. And she has even asked for control. So we will be getting some sort of presentation today. I'm excited to see. We have Nancy going to open. We have Alfred in the house, and we have Kareth who will be celebrating with us as well. How are we doing this morning? Just let me, this evening. Let me see. Come on. Woo! Yeah, well, I think we should just open and just wake up a little bit today. What do you think about that? I think we're kind of having a little bit of a snooze happening. Let's just share this screen and let's open up with our favorite song called One People. I want to let you know this was also Reverend Connie Phelps, one of her favorite songs. She had many. And this was a song that she had to have played when we were at the last 2020 Vision Kenya conference. And our next conference is coming up 2024. So Gwen, let's celebrate by starting with this song. And join me if you will. We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another, born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. Reverend Gwen.
We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are a part of one another. When it's all said and done, we are one.
We are one people, one strong heartbeat, just one spirit shining bright within us all. We are part of one another. We're born to love each other. When it's all said and done, we are one. Let me see it. When it's
all said and done,
we are one.
Come on, Crispin, Nancy, Duke, show us your spirit fingers. Loosen up.
Welcome, Patrick and Philip. Hey, there's so much happening in our community. There's so much goodness and love, and we welcome you today. If this is your first time here, we welcome you. Pop in and visit us often. We're every second Friday morning, evening. And we have different speakers. We have different people presiding and sharing the love and the moments of meditation and treatment. So we're going to set that feeling tonality today as Reverend Gwen and I welcome you, and we're celebrating you and loving you. We want to invite Nancy to start with an opening treatment. And then Alfred, you will go immediately into your 5-minute meditation. Okay? So if everyone wants to mute except for those two people. So good to see you.
Okay, join me. As I remember that there is only one power, one infinite intelligence, one mind, which I call God. This one shares itself through and as everything that it creates. Each person, every idea, and all activities are part of this one. There is nothing outside of this one. Nothing can exist out of this one. So I know that right here, right now, God is right here. I am one with this creative intelligence, and so is each and every one of us here. We are here together for something wonderful. This service is an idea in the mind of God. And as we gather together There is only love. As we open our hearts, open our minds to receive wisdom, intelligence, teachings, and just share and be together. I am grateful for this service. I am grateful for the way that everything is turning out perfectly during this service. So I release my word into law, knowing that it is already done. And so it is.
And so
So
it
it
is.
is.
So it is. So I'm asking each and every one of you to place yourself into a comfortable position. Bring your hands together and close your eyes. Take a deep, gentle breath. And say something to your heart that you are grateful for. For a moment. Say something to your heart that you are grateful for. You can be grateful for joy. You can be grateful for freedom. And also you can be grateful for happiness. Or whichever that come to you. For a moment. Now bring your awareness to these affirmations for 3 minutes. Bring your awareness to these affirmations for 3 minutes. I love the self I was created to be. I love the self that I was created to be. I love the self that I was created to be. I love the self that I was created to be. Now, if you are ready, you can bring back your attention to this class, knowing that you are the light of the world. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Alfred. I love when we meditate together, and I love when we can focus together, knowing that the sounds that the universe is creating in that meditation is purposeful and delightful and all part of life. Thank you for your baby's laughter and the little sounds that they make. It means so much to me. Thank you, Alfred. Okay, listen. Good things are happening. We have Reverend Melody in the house. Now, Reverend Melody, as you know, she has taught classes. She is on our board of directors. She is an advocate and stands as liaison with our Conscious Living Foundation as well, along with myself. And she and I graduated class to get together, ministerial class, and we just received service pins last week for our years of service within the Centers for Spiritual Living organization, greater organization. I love her. She's brilliant. She's got a wicked sense of humor, one of the funniest people I know. Ladies and gentlemen, I and Reverend Gwen are happy to share this platform with the one, the only, Reverend Melody Bailey. Put your love together and show us some love for her.
Oh, thanks, Bob. Now I have to live up to that. All right. Well, it's a pleasure to be here today, and I'm glad it really worked out that I could be here. And I only have one little screenshot to share, so it's not a whole presentation. Don't worry about you. But first of all, I'd like to start off with an acknowledgement. From Canada, we acknowledge that we are coming from unceded traditional and ancestral territory of whichever nation we are actually living on for the First Nations. So I respectfully acknowledge that I am coming to you from the unceded traditional and ancestral territory of the Sioux Nation. And I am grateful of the blessing to live on this beautiful land. And this month's topic that we have with our global themes is an invitation to embark upon an adventure in the spiritual practice of finding the good in the work that we do, through the revelation of everyday wonder within every task, project, and conversation, and by taking every opportunity to do all the good that we can, and using spiritual principles and practices to guide and help not only create the work that we want, but enjoy the work that we do. Our work is the divine energy always at work within us. How can we deepen into the wonder of work to create a life that matters, that resonates with who we are? Now, you may say to yourself, I'm retired. I'm a student. I do not work. But we all do work of some kind. Whether a job, a career, housework, gardening, cooking, studying, taking care of someone, day-to-day responsibilities. It's all work. And we can apply spiritual practices and principles to our everyday working lives. Now, work as a job can be an extension of one's passion for the world. In Ernest Holmes' 365 Daily Readings, he states, "We are spiritual beings, living out a spiritual experience in the world Thus, the work we do also contains less obvious spiritual elements of meaning and meaningfulness, good and goodness. It's about more than a result or outcome. And American author Parker Palmer pointed out a truth to us when he said, "Before you tell your life what you intend to do with it, listen for what it intends to do with you. Before you tell your life what truths and values you have decided to live up to, let your life tell you what truths you embody and what values you represent." Each day is an opportunity to embark upon a personal journey to make meaning in the professional arena of life. Wonder is all that is needed to discover what is within us in such a way that life invites us to pour ourselves into the world over and over again. What this means to me is that every day is both a blessing and a celebration of life, although I know it doesn't always feel that way. But when we bring in our spiritual practices, life gets better. When I put my faith in God and the law of mind, faith in spiritual practices of prayers, meditations, affirmations, life gets better. But I have to do more than just know this. I embody this through my actions and my words by using and studying spiritual principles and practices. And as a minister, I continue to learn and grow through my studies and practices. It's a way of life. This teaching is a way of life. When I do all of this and listen for that still small voice within that guides me through my feelings and intuition, that is when I am allowing myself to listen for what God would have me do. When I start my day by going within and setting an intention to follow my feelings and do my best, life gets better. From the Science of Mind, it states, we must cleave to the good and trust absolutely in the law of God to bring about any desired end. Spirit will mold our purposes when we allow it to do so. As we learn to depend more and more upon the perfect law, we shall find that the outward things which are necessary to our good will be provided. So how I show up when I am working, whether at a job, at home, or helping someone, how I show up matters. I want to allow my life to speak for me, sharing my light out into the world through my actions and deeds. Living a life of purpose, intention, and wholeness brings me into the oneness and lets me show up as who I have been called to be in the world. However, there is a Buddhist quote: "Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water." No matter where we are on our path, certain things still need to be done. Work has to be accomplished. So let's start off with spirituality in the actual workplace. I have recently struggled with boredom and repetition in my day job as a business analyst. I used to get a feeling of accomplishment and felt like I was making a difference. But that changed over the last few years, and I found myself recently being so bored at work that I was very disengaged. Who wants to feel that way in a place where you spend the majority of your time? I struggled with this for quite a while. And I had forgotten to use my spiritual practices to resolve the problem. I thought my only answer was to retire because I thought I wanted to. But maybe this isn't what is best for me. When I let go of what I thought needed to be done, meditated on the subject, and totally released all opinions, the answer came to me as a question. What do you enjoy doing? The answer was helping people solve problems and feeling a self of accomplishment. Now, our department during this time has lost a few staff due to retirement and people leaving for different jobs. and we were 3 staff down, which made for a very heavy workload. Because of this staff shortage, I was asked to help out with invoice processing, statement review, and troubleshooting 2 vendor issues, one which is a very complex one. After a week of this, I was coming home at the end of the day, and when my daughter asked me how my day was, instead of saying, boring, I was saying, good. I was enjoying my work again. And this is a good reminder for me that when I listen to my feelings and my intuition and do what feels good and right, then I am being guided into divine right action for myself. Now, this staff shortage will not last because we just hired 3 new people. But in the meantime, I have found work I enjoy, and I intend to continue to offer my services in troubleshooting issues, as I enjoy doing that, and I'm good at it. And this will make my work life so much better. Do I still want to retire? Yes, but I'm going to let myself listen and heed my intuition for the right time. Now, spiritual practices are not overtly practiced here in Canada. The only time I have seen someone blessing their food at work was when I worked with a lady from the Philippines who was an ex-nun. She got kicked out for asking too many questions. But my point is that practicing spirituality at my day job as a business analyst isn't something that can be done with colleagues present. But I have found various ways around this, because spiritual mind treatment can be done quietly in the mind without being spoken aloud, though spoken is my preferred method. I can also sneak off into the washrooms for a minute or two's meditation when stressed out. And I can bless the workplace after everyone has left with peace and thank it. And that changes the energy at work. So over the next little while you are working, think of what ways you can use spiritual practices at work. How can you bring them in? Now, if you are struggling at work, focus on what it is that you enjoy and try doing that more, circumstances allowing. Be creative, think outside of the box. Perhaps do what you love as a hobby, or just help other people with your creations or service. When we love what we do, things have a tendency to fall into place. When we're not blocking our good, it comes to us. Another thing about spirituality at work. When I was taking science and mind classes, my goal was always to be a practitioner. I was at the end of my practitioner training when Ken and Deb started a ministerial class, and I hadn't planned on attending. But that Saturday when they held the first class, a feeling of missing out on the most important thing in my life bubbled up. It was a very strong feeling that overtook my whole body. And I sat with it for a while and contemplated, asking God, what is mine to do? The answer was clear: become a minister. So I emailed Deb and Ken and asked if it was too late for me to start ministerial. They said no, it wasn't too late. So I put my faith and trust in God. I used spiritual mind treatment because I was a single mom of 2 young kids while working full time, and I did not know where the money, the time, or the babysitters were going to come from. But because of my faith and use of my spiritual practices, everything manifested as needed, and I now also work as a minister. How amazing is that? So if you are called to a vocation, a career, a job, do it. When you get the feeling of enjoyment doing something, do that more. You are energetically putting out to the universe your joy and love, and that attracts back exactly more of that. When we align with the vibration we want to experience by experiencing it, even if only in a small way, then we are putting that back out vibrationally, for we are energetic beings with a law of attraction working for us. My son did a 3-month pre-apprentice electrician college program last year. beginning of last year, and then went on to work in a store. He had no passion for being an electrician. He was not interested. He wanted to be a chef, and his dad and I had talked him out of that because the hours are horrible, the pay isn't the best, and unless you get a great business to work for. And his dad is also a chef, so we both should know. But every time my son cooked, he would light up explaining what he was doing with passion. He loved cooking. Taste this, try that. Look what I'm doing here. I'm rendering it down, Mum. And so eventually, after he brought up taking culinary at college again and had actually researched the course, we gave him our blessing. And he finishes in December. He loves what he is learning. And as a bonus, his classmates are all international. He is the only Canadian there, and he loves it. That is the law of attraction at work. That is intention at work. That is your passion, the right round peg in a round hole. That is when it all happens magically. So moving on to work that is not career or job related, because I also include household chores or other work that we have as a spirit. You can use spiritual practices when doing that too. Groceries, driving, all that kind of stuff. But I had a specific example in mind, and I hope I'm not the only one that's done this. I might be. The other day, so I was doing the dishes and noticed a mug on the coffee table. So I went to grab that to wash. Then I noticed that the coffee table needed wiping down. So I wiped that down, then noticed that I needed to dust. So I started dusting, made it upstairs when I realized that I need to do my laundry. So I started the first load, then went back to do the dishes, and the water was now cold and some of them dry. So I started putting them away, and the clean dishes, when I put them in the cupboard, I noticed they needed a wipe down. So I started doing that, saw the floor was dirty, swept that, went to get the mop and saw the kitty needed changing. Now, I got a little accomplished and a lot started. If I had started with intention of what needed to be accomplished and then used mindfulness, doing only one thing at a time and focusing on that, then I would have accomplished everything that needed to be done. And another one of the spiritual practices I remember to do often, and you can do this when working, when we're doing work at home, you can do this anytime, any place. So it is to keep your heart open. There is a feeling literally in the heart area, which tells you when your heart is open or when it is closed. Think of a time when you may have had a conversation with someone who may have been attacking you or being loud and rude. How did your heart area feel? Did it feel closed off? I think we all know that feeling of an open heart versus a closed heart. And I consciously choose awareness of my heart opening and keep it that way, even in hard conversations, perhaps with a colleague or an employee. It could even be outside of work with a friend or relative. But if I keep my heart open, then I can hear what is being said without being reactive. And it helps me to make clear decisions. I once was being addressed very aggressively by an employee who wanted vacation time that I could not give her because too many people were off. She was very in my face, like right there, loud, and I might have reacted quickly and very reactionary and very angrily had I not consciously had my heart open, which gave me the chance and the option to say, let's discuss this later today when we're both calm and see how we can resolve this. She went away, calmed down, and we later had a conversation where she was able to ask colleagues if they would switch their time off because she had an important trip. What also ties in with this is that when I'm keeping my heart open, I try to focus on the love I have for the other person, even if they are really annoying. It can be a challenge. But I think of someone I love, and then when I have that feeling, I look at or think about the person I'm having a challenge with, and then send them that loving feeling. I call it my Care Bear stare. Now, I don't know if you have the Care Bears TV show in Kenya, but I'll share you what that looks like. It's a kids' TV show. Just briefly share with you. That's the Care Bear stare there. Can you see that? I even have a Care Bear stuffy that was gifted to me, because that is something I have shared with other friends. Oh, so when we have all of these tips and tricks to help us through our lives, our spiritual practices, our work, how we are, who we want to be in life, then this is what helps us to be in divine alignment and to show up as the person we were meant to be. Use the spiritual tools to resolve those issues that come up in regular life through our work, and align ourselves with exactly what it is right for us to be and do. Who were you meant to be? What are you meant to be doing? What is your passion? You know what it is. Just go out and do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Reverend.
you, Reverend Melody.
I love the Care Bears. That's fantastic. Oh, go ahead, Gwen.
Oh, hi. Thank you, Reverend Melody. Always a delight to have you on here and share your wisdom. And yes, life does go better when we apply those spiritual practices. We could easily have a less rockier road and bring about things that we desire rather than are undesirable. But life does happen, and then we can go back to the principles and use them again and get ourselves on track every time. Every time.
Every time.
We don't have to get stuck. I just had this conversation yesterday. We don't have to get stuck in those life situations. We can sit and wallow for 5-10 minutes, or we can and allow it just to pass through, feel it, and then we can apply our spiritual principles and get us out of there. When you walk through the shadow of the valley of death, don't build a condo. Don't pitch a tent. You're not hanging around long enough.
Now, I know that Reverend Mel wanted us to sing a song after she finished this talk. So do you want to sing it, Mel, or do you want me to sing it?
You take the first bit, I'll take the second bit. I'll let you
Okay, yeah. Let's do it. I am blessed every day of my life. I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. Go, you are, Mel.
You are blessed. You are blessed. Every day of your life, you are blessed, 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 blessed. When you wake up in the morning or lay your head to rest, you are blessed. You are blessed. Back to you, Barb.
We are blessed. We are blessed every day of our lives. We are blessed, 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 blessed. When we wake up in the morning or lay our heads to rest, we are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed. We are blessed.
Can we do that one more time and everybody on mute, and we can do the I and the we part? This would be a great group activity.
Go ahead and lead it, Gwen. Go ahead and lead it.
Yeah, we got to bring the words up again, please. Here it comes. Everyone, I unmute. I am blessed. I am blessed. every day of
of
my life.
I
Bless,
am blessed,
bless,
blessed,
bless, bless.
blessed.
When I wake up in the morning or lay my head to rest, I am blessed. Do we? We are blessed. We are blessed. Every day of my life. We
You're
are
blessed, 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 blessed,
blessed. When we wake up in
the morning,
or lay our head to rest, we are blessed.
we are blessed.
We are blessed. We are blessed. I want to see the spirit fingers. I'm not going to let you get off on this one. Come on,
I
Patrick.
want to let you
Come
know that
on.
We are blessed.
my good
Dude, get in there.
William Delaney from Atlanta wrote that song. William Delaney from Atlanta, my good friend. There you go, Michelle.
Oh, okay. Who wrote it? Yay.
William Delaney.
So everyone, we have got some, some new stuff happening in the center. We know that the classes are coming up. If you are interested, please get onto that WhatsApp group and sign up, or let Nancy know. She will assist you. We have started a discovery class last Saturday, and we had 14 students come and join in and try, find out what we're all about, listen to some of the curiosities that they have about it. So it's been wonderful. We got introduced to them, we got to know them a little bit, and we got 3 more classes. So it's delightful. We have new people, and each and every one of us on this square, I guess he didn't stick around. He's gone. Has a part of that. We were all there once upon a time. So it's so exciting. And we're really excited that they are stepping onto this path of spirituality if they choose to stay on with us. But that's okay. We honor everyone and their paths. So, but I want you to all hold the high watch for these new people who are coming in and being curious and joining us.
I want to remind everybody that this time next month, in 1 month to this day, Reverend Gwen will be landed in Kenya.
10 p.m. October 16th.
She gets banners and pom-poms, Nancy. Yeah. So I know that she will be in good, beautiful, safe hands with everybody, and she will be well loved up. Let's do some affirmations that our Reverend Melody has chosen for us during this time. And as we're doing the affirmations, if you require treatment, we have our practitioners available to you, and Michelle is setting up breakup rooms right now. So if you are looking for a 1-minute miracle, 2-minute miracle, and some one-on-one time with some licensed practitioners who have trained their consciousness to know the absolute truth for you, please put your hand up, give a little reaction that your hand is up, and Michelle will set you up with a practitioner. So we're going to share the screen, and Reverend Melody will say these affirmations, and we will repeat them after her.
Thanks, Barb.
You're welcome.
I engage in work that impacts this world in a positive way.
I engage in work that impacts this world in a positive way.
Every day I am excited about the things I do.
Every day I'm excited about the things I do.
My voice matters.
My voice matters.
Back to you,
My
Reverend
voice
Barb.
matters. And so does yours and yours and yours and yours. We have a say in how we're creating this thing that we call life. Reverend, will you be visiting I always say it wrong. I always want to say Tanzania, but it's Tanzania. That would be
I don't know if I'm getting to that part of the country.
Probably not this time, David, but I'm coming in March. So Reverend Gwen's coming this time. I'm coming in March. I'm trying to convince Reverend Melody to join me. And Michelle and whoever wants to come from this part of the country to hang out with all of you. And so we are delighted for that. Have you had a good day? Have you had a good morning / evening? Are you inspired? Let me see you. Come on. I got to feel you. I get feedback. Yeah. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, James. Thank you, Duke. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Karen, Ezekiel, David, Paul. Hey, Paul, you must have heard some messages within Reverend Melody's story about her ministry that you can resonate and relate to. That's beautiful. And Mark and Kareth is going to send us out with a benediction. So Kareth, if you would unmute yourself. Feeling energized. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Alfred. Thank you, Claire and Wilkester. Away we go, my friend.
Okay. Join me. And as we leave this session, and before any thoughts of separation arise, we lean into peace, into love and divine guidance that is always available to us. And before any thoughts of separation arise, whatever happens in our life experience in the coming days, we know that we are safe and we are always immersed in the goodness and unchangeable beingness that is spirit. In any situation, in any condition or circumstances that we may encounter in the coming days, we know that we can lean into God's embrace. And as we open up and accept support, help, and strength for our body and our minds, we rest in the trust that God has life. God knows what it's doing, how and when to do it. And with this awareness of truth, we go into the coming days assured that a greater abundance, a greater experience of abundance in every area of our life awaits us. And so it is.
And
So it is.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks,
Excellent.
Karis. Thank you, Alvin, and thank you, Nancy, for participating.
It means so much to us. I'm going to stop the share. If you want treatment, please raise your hand up and Michelle will put you in there. If not, go and shine the love and light you are and enjoy the rest of your weekend and take all of this goodness and love and community with you.
So practitioners, please hang out until we make sure there's no one wanting prayer. Just give us a few minutes. And then
Thank you.
James and Duke, you're meeting with Gwen and Karen and I right after this.
And Michelle, you're meeting with Gwen and I right after that.
Yes.
Thank
Right.
you, Reverend Melody, for shining your light. Why can I not see where to stop the recording on here? There, they've moved it. There it is.